away from the Champions League, there are still lots of European games to look forward to surrounding English sides because we've still got 3 English teams in the Europa League and the Conference League as well. Let's start with the Europa League, where Nottingham Forest, they played a 1-1 draw with Porto in the first leg, and that game hangs in the balance ahead of the return fixture. So, Victor, the bookmakers see Forest as slight favourite to advance. Do you see that happening?
I do, yes. It's not just that Forest have already beaten Porto at home this season, but they've also looked sturdier of late. Look at the game against Villa at the weekend. So, okay, sure, Villa dominated, but at the same time, you kind of saw different Nottingham Forest than we did in the first half of the season.
Yeah.
They might have folded then, but they didn't now. They actually held their own. Forest have also been better in Europe than they have in the league this season, and I do expect this to continue here. Porto also do quite poorly playing in England, and that's also something to take into account.
Fair enough. And then over to you, Max. After cruising past Bologna 3-1 in Italy, are we expecting a formality for Aston Villa at Villa Park, or is there a chance of a potential upset happening?
I mean, for the upset, definitely not. But I feel like Emery's probably going to rotate the squad at the first half at least. And if things are getting worse, probably he puts the starters on the pitch. But I mean, Emery's too good at the Europa League. He knows everything about this competition. And if he has 2-goal difference and he's playing at home, I never see him conceding and relegating. So I am pretty sure that Aston Villa is easily winning.
Yeah, fair point. And then back to you, Victor. Boasting a 3-goal lead ahead of the return leg, how do you think Crystal Palace would approach the game against Fiorentina?
Pretty much exactly the opposite of what Max described about Villa. I kind of think they won't be resting a lot of key players. If you look at the big picture for Crystal Palace, they are in a very safe spot in the Prem. Their upcoming game is a relatively easy one at home against West Ham. The best thing they could do right now is to have a proper go at this game, try to win, even though they're 3-0 up after the first leg. Try to win big again, just to send out a warning to all the other teams still in the Conference League that they are the team to beat.
Yeah, interesting. And then back to you, Max. Any bold predictions for the game?
I mean, it's not that bold, but I feel like Porto's going through.
Interesting. Victor, anyone?
Exactly the opposite of that. Porto are not scoring at the City ground.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Quite bold, to be fair.
But they still can make it through, actually, even if they don't score.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they go on the penalty shootout.
Well, fair point. Anyways, let's go over to score predictions. Starting with you, Max. Forest versus Porto.
Regular time 1-1 and Porto wins in extra time.
Wow. Villa versus Bologna.
2-0 for Villa.
And then Fiorentina versus Palace.
0-0.
Wow, that's an interesting one. Over to you, Victor. Forest Porto.
2-0 to Forest.
Villa Bologna.
1-1, maybe 2-1 to Bologna.
Oh, interesting. And then Fiorentina Palace.
I think Fiorentina score, but 3-1 to Palace.
Interesting. Anyways, 2 out of the 3 remaining English sides have 1 foot in the semi-finals, while the game against Porto hangs in the balance, and it will be exciting to see what happens in these fixtures, and we'll be sure to give all the best talking points as they come.